Facebook. Today I want to talk to you about the Japanese. There is a Japanese philosophy called Kaizen. I actually have a shirt on our website, weshallDefend.com, and it's the Japanese words Kaizen, and it means continuous improvement. And I find that fascinating. You know, there was a movie made, I believe, in the '80s with who's the guy that played Batman? Not Kevin Costner. It's Kevin Costner. You're the guy that played Batman in the '80s. It was a movie about the American auto industry. My dad would remember the name. And they're in a Detroit auto factory, and the Japanese take over this factory, and they want to get rid of all the Americans because the Americans are lazy and they don't work hard. And it's a comedy. It's very, very funny. And they talk about the Japanese work ethic and their idea of continuous improvement, Kaizen. And if somebody remembers the name of that movie, please post it. It was very funny. But anyway, I like this idea of Kaizen and continuous improvement, and also the story of their factory. So I'll give you an example in Toyota. Let's imagine they have this practice in in their auto shops of asking 5 questions. So let's imagine that there's a puddle of oil on the shop floor. The first question is why? And the answer would be because the engine is leaking oil. The next question would be why? Well, because the gasket has deteriorated or broken apart. Okay. And the next question is why? Because the gaskets we bought are made of an inferior material that doesn't last a long time. The next question is why? Because Toyota got them at a good price point. The next question is why? Because the purchasing agents are evaluated on short-term cost savings. And so they save money by choosing a cheap part. The cheap part causes the degradation of material, and the degradation of material causes oil to spill on the floor. Michael Keaton. Yes, Amy. What was the name of that movie? Anyway, so the point is the why behind the why behind the why behind the why behind the why gives you the thing that you need to change, okay? And I relate this to habits. So that policy that Toyota has is like a habit. Now, habits are both good and bad, great and terrible, but all of them can be thought of as automatic, like a policy. It's a policy that your brain has. Gung Ho. Oh, God, I love you, members. You're so great. Okay, sorry, getting off track. So your habits are like a policy that your brain has that forces a whole bunch of decisions to happen without you even thinking about it, okay? And habits control about 4/5 of our behavior. Now, this is good and bad. You may think of this as bad, but it's really kind of good because it makes your body, and excuse me if I'm talking fast, I just want to get my points out, right? So it makes your body, your brain, it turns things off so that you can be more efficient. When you're more efficient, you can make other decisions. Think about law enforcement, okay? You got to make all these crazy decisions really, really fast and under stress, like who to shoot, or is that a gun in their hands, or is that a good guy, or is that a bad guy? And it's really hard to do that. But the more automatic these decisions can be made based on training, the more time you have to focus on other things. It's how you're able to slow time down. You're not really slowing time down. It's how a baseball player is able to hit an 80-mile-per-hour pitch. So bad news, they're hard to break. The good news is they're hard to break. So let's relate this to coaching, fitness, success, diets, exercise, law enforcement, being a parent, being a father, being a husband, all this stuff, right? Let's talk about our coaching program specifically. People are shocked to find that when they interview for our coaching program that it's not about nutrition. Now, this is with little exception. If you're one of those 1% of people who come to us who are already really fit and you're looking to get an 8-pack, at some point it has to be about the really, really difficult stuff. You think about, Arnold Schwarzenegger or bodybuilders or competitive athletes, it has to take it to an nth degree. So I'm more specifically addressing the general population and even like your regular athlete. Our program is not nutrition-based. In fact, it's not exercise-based. In fact, the things that we care the least about for weight loss and fitness and exercise is nutrition and exercise, which it's crazy to think about, right? These are at the bottom of our list, and this probably shocks you. People are shocked or even annoyed, dare I say, that part of this program is that they have to weigh themselves every morning and take a photo of their feet on the scale and then send it to us. I heard somebody complain the other day. This was the complaint. Did you hear about so-and-so? I mean, yeah, they've lost 40 pounds, but they have to take a picture of their feet on the scale every morning. The irony of that statement, right? Well, this is really, really important. Now, there's a guy called, his name is Charles Duhigg, and he wrote a book that I recommend called The Power of Habit. He suggests that small changes or habits that we introduce into our routine. Now, notice I didn't say introduce into our lives. I said introduce into our routine, because nearly every decision we make is habit-based, okay? So it is a programmed routine that we can't control. That small changes or habits that we introduce carry over to every aspect of your life. Really simple. Think about it. If you join the gym and you go to the gym every morning at 5 a.m., that affects when you shower. That affects the clothes that you pack before you go to work. That affects maybe the route that you take to go to work. That affects now, because you care about your exercise, what food you're going to eat, or if you're going to prep your food for work. You understand that one thing every day changes your entire day. Charles Duhigg calls these keystone habits. I don't know if he invented that term, but that's where I first heard about it. Charles Duhigg, the book Power of Habit, Keystone Habits. So think of this like a chain reaction. Now, keystone habits are positive, but can also be negative. Now, positive, think brushing your teeth. Every night you brush your teeth and then you go to bed. This is probably normal. And you probably don't think about every night I go to bed. You probably think first about brushing your teeth. You have some sort of night routine. And I can do another podcast or another episode about how important that night routine is, but you brush your teeth, then you go to bed. This is most people. Think about how it can also be negative. Every night you say to your wife, hey, after we put the kids to bed, let's watch TV. You probably don't realize that when you watch TV, you then do something else. Now, is it snuggle on the couch with a blanket? That's cool. Is it pour yourself a glass of bourbon? Is it make popcorn and watch a movie? So you don't realize that what you're not doing is making popcorn. You're watching TV with your wife at 9 o'clock at night after the kids go to bed. And because of that, doing the other thing. Case in point, there was an extremely successful advertising campaign for ABC pushing Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder. And this is how they did it. They tied it to Friday night, the advertising campaign, and I'll post the link. It's on YouTube. Thank God it's Friday night, right? TGIF. They connected wine, popcorn, and Friday night to their TV shows. So they realized that Friday night, families or adult couples, right after the kids go to bed, want to watch TV, or they want to get together. They want to do something together, right? These couples. So this commercial was all about wine, probably targeting the women, popcorn, probably targeting the men, Friday night, which is the cue, like, oh, Friday night, the time, kids go to bed, and these 3 TV shows. And this advertising campaign was extremely successful for these TV shows. And we didn't even realize what they were doing. I think this is also in the book Power of Habit, or maybe Atomic Habits, that we were connecting Friday night, the day, night, the time, TV, the activity, and drinking and eating, which is something all of us want to do when we relax and de-stress, okay? So the keystone habit were the TV shows and Friday night, and it led to the drinking and the eating, okay? And it benefits the TV shows. So what you don't understand is that these keystone habits can affect everything else that you do. So coming back to weighing yourself every single day, every single morning for us is the very first keystone habit that we want you to introduce into your life. It does a number of things. It desensitizes you to the number. So you no longer think about that number and think, oh shit, I weigh X amount of pounds. It's just, God damn it, I got to take a damn photo of my feet on the scale and text it to Amanda or Eric or Keith or Dylan or Marky, or one of our coaches. I got to text my feet on my scale every morning. And some mornings you're going to forget. Just like when you were a kid, you probably didn't brush your teeth, lied to your mom, said you did. She caught you, made you go upstairs and brush your teeth. You're going to lie, you're going to forget, you're going to cheat, you're going to miss it. And we're going to say, hey, text me a picture, text me a picture. We're building a keystone habit for you. And from that keystone habit, we're going to build so many other things. So our program's not nutrition based. It's not exercise based. It's not fitness based. Our program's not wellness based. It is habit based. By changing your habits, we change your lifestyle. By changing our lifestyle, we will get the roots. We will attack the root and get the fruits. So we're attacking the root, the behavior, the lifestyle, and that will produce the fruits, the weight loss, the desire to exercise, the improvement in every other area of your life. This will allow you to see the influence of your previous day's behavior. It will keep you honest. It will build perspective, and soon it will become automatic or without thought, kind of like brushing your teeth. Guys, if you are interested in our coaching program, please click the link below. If you want to see the advertising campaign for ABC, click the link below. And if you want to see something fascinating, I have a video of a duck, and the duck pushes a pool cue up into her nest and sits on the pool cue. Turns out that a duck, if cued correctly by the fact that she just had eggs, that she's sitting in her nest and there's an object outside of the nest, the duck will automatically roll that object back into the nest and lay on top of it as if it's an egg. This video is fascinating, and you can see the power of habit, automatic habit, for an animal that doesn't know the difference between an egg, a pool cue, and even a wooden block. Fascinating stuff. Guys, if you like it, please comment, please post, please share. The more comments, likes, posts, and shares, the more people will see. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and happy hump day. Peace.